Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherries Sunday, episode 152. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to play a minor blues solo using the CAGED system. And I know I did this a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to do it in a different position. So it's going to be really, really cool for you to extend out of the box here to play. So I want to say hello to my friend here, Ozman, in the chat. Give you a round of applause. Thank you for spending some Sunday with me. Of course, as usual, I will put a timestamp in the description for when I start the lesson, which will be very, very soon. I just want to say hello to my friends here in the chat. Paul, Mariel, how's it going? Give you a round of applause. Thanks for spending some Sunday here with me. Episode 152. Excuse me. I got the telly going today. Hopefully you could hear that. You hear that all right? Kick on some distortion. A little delay. So we're going to have some fun today. Rocking and rolling. Good morning. Well, it's good afternoon here in Brooklyn, New York, 12:02. So hopefully you had a good week and a good weekend so far. It's Sunday. It's football coming up later. But today, it's all about the guitar. And it's about the CAGED system, pentatonic scales, and playing the blues and having some fun doing it too. So, 2 weeks ago, I did something very similar, and we played a minor blues progression that I have a backing track of right here we're going to jam along with in C minor. And we played in the standard position right here in C minor. Let's go over this backing track real quick, and we'll show you what I'm doing here. So we got C minor, a fast 4, which is F minor, back to C minor. To the 4 chord, F minor. Back to the C minor. And just email me if you want this free backing track that I created. info@cherry, then G minor, F minor. That was a G major to end with. The 5 chord, we ended on a G major. Or a G augmented. It's a sharp 5. So we played in that position, everybody knows this first position, minor pentatonic. And we went to the 4 chord. You could stay on that same position, or you could play F minor pentatonic. The G minor, play G minor pentatonic. That's the F minor pentatonic. Back to the E, C. C minor. Let's remember, we're minor here, so it's sad. No major notes in that one, except for the 5 chord on the turnaround. So we did all that. Now we're going to kind of shift it up a notch. We're going to kick it up a notch. Like, remember the chef? What was his name? Emeril Lagasse? He used to go, bam! He would just kick it up a notch. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it out of this shape, and we're going to go up to the next one, which is right around here. Kind of like the BB box type of thing, right? So we're playing in C, but instead of playing here in the C position, Bam. We're going to play up here. So really the pentatonic scale it's a second position pentatonic scale. And, you know, I got some sunlight coming in here today, huh? And looks like this. Look at that glare like that. It looks like this. It's and yes, it is the same exact thing as the E flat major pentatonic scale. It's really, here's the first one. If you shift it up here, starting on E flat. So we can focus on this C note right here. But we're in this position, the second position pentatonic. So you can really play the whole C minor scale over this whole progression. C minor. Or E flat major scale. It's just one way to remember it. It's the same as the relative minor. C is relative minor of E flat. But we're C minor. C minor. So if you're enjoying this so far, hit the like button. Sign up, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. All that groovy stuff. So really, what we could do over this whole progression is we could play C minor pentatonic scale over this whole thing. And that is the second position, pentatonic. Forgive me for the buzzing here. It's that time of the year in New York where everything gets the heats on and the guitars go crazy. As a matter of fact, it's like 100 degrees in this apartment. My window's open for the first time today. And it's 35 degrees outside here in New York. And it's 80 degrees in my house because it's the heat. I don't have control of the heat exactly. So that's what we have to do. That's what we have to put up with here. So we got buzzing and all that good stuff. So let's take a pass at this, just playing the pentatonic scale. So, bam, Paul. All right, so we're playing the C minor pentatonic scale over that for starters. And, you know, we're not playing the normal pentatonic scale. We're playing the second position here. But it really makes up, back to the CAGED system, we're playing the C minor like this. I'll show you on the big screen here. Playing the C minor chord like that. Oh, that light's coming right in there, huh? What is that? Is that from my light? That's a crazy light. It's... What is that coming from? Maybe it's that light right there. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it's this light. Or it's the sunlight. No, it's the sunlight coming in. Beaming right on. It's that time of the day, so it's going to move around with the sun. Okay. So here's your C chord right here. C minor. I mean, it looks like a D, doesn't it? I mean, if you play a D chord like this. Only if it was in tune. Which is crazy today. The D chord. But it's going to be minor. So that's a D minor chord. But if you want to play it in C, just shift it all the way up here like this to the C note and play that same position like that. So now you have a minor. Right? Just like that. That's a C minor position chord. C minor like that. So it's really, it's the CAGED system. So if you had a D chord, it would be like your D major chord, right? You drop the thumb over that, play the major third. D major chord. But it's minor, so we're going to drop it down one more. Make it sad. So it's like dropping your thumb right there. Oops, up there. It's like that. Minor. Minor. So really... Not that note. It'd be good to know the arpeggio for that right there in this position. You have the third, the fifth, the root, third, fifth, seventh, or third, fifth, seventh root. And already right there you got like a cool riff. And then you have root, third, fifth, seventh, again, same thing. Root, minor third. So really their arpeggio is in the same position as the pentatonic scale shape. So, really cool stuff to know. Thank you very much, Ozman. So, any questions so far about this? Any questions? Huh? So, now, the very foundation, we could play, a very basic idea of this is just to play the pentatonic scale all the way through like we did, or use your arpeggios through it. But we could also switch up to play a different pentatonic scale every chord. So over the C, you play the, and over the F, you go up to this position to the first position pentatonic, the one that you all know and love. Just like when we're playing C here, pentatonic position 1. If you go to the 4 chord, you can't play F minor pentatonic like that, but right here you can. So open the F area. Now you can play that first position pentatonic over the 4 chord, which is really cool. And that's the beauty of shifting things up like this, is that you may know lots of licks, you know, like that in this box that we all know and love. But now you can play it over the 4 chord instead of over the one chord. So it's really, really useful. Because now that you're playing the C minor, like here, when it goes to the F, you got that F minor pentatonic scale here. Back to the C. Now when you go to the G minor pentatonic, we're going to play the G. Well, actually, back up a second. The F, the 4 chord, was really an E minor shape. And what do I mean by E minor shape? Well, here's an E minor chord. Right, here's an E minor. The E minor chord like this. Right, here's E major. If we drop the 3rd and make it minor. Now over the F chord, if you just slide it all the way up to here, now you have an F, you know. Right here, here's an F minor. There's E minor. E minor right here. Slide it up, half step to F minor, because we're borrowing it. E minor. There's F minor. But if you go all the way up here, now you have your E minor shape F chord. F minor chord. So that's the 4. Now over the 5 chord, you could play this G shape, because it's the G minor chord. You play this G minor here. Wow, this is different intonation. Crazy, huh? Right here, G minor. Yeah, if you're a G, say here's a G chord right here. You make it minor, you can just drop this 3rd. You can't play the B string because that's a B, and it would be it's a B flat in this chord. So you can't only play it to the G. If you slide it all the way up, you have your G right there. So the pentatonic position would be, it is the 5th position, G pentatonic. So instead of playing G minor pentatonic here, you can play it here. So it's really the same notes, this right here, as here. So what's the difference? Why play here or there? Well, I mean, if you're on the 4 chord and you're playing F, you could kind of weed in or morph different positions right here. We could play into the G like this. Back to the C. So those are the positions right there. Hopefully you're enjoying this so far. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We didn't even talk about what we're drinking yet today. I'm drinking my coffee from about 8 o'clock today. What are you drinking? I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. Didn't even take the time to say hello, really, and I just kind of got right to it. I think somebody left a comment on a social media post. It's on YouTube, and they said, You talk too much. And those are the kind of comments where I just leave. I don't even answer them. I just leave them alone. And I don't delete them. It's not really bad or negative. Just like, he's probably right. You talk too much. It's a live stream. What am I supposed to do? Right? You know, we're live. We're hanging out here. We're talking. We're chatting. We're playing guitar, drinking coffee. Grey Goose and orange juice. Now that sounds like a fantastic drink. Fantastic. Grey Goose. Just watching something about, I think I was watching a Gary Vaynerchuk video. And he was talking about wines and different alcohol. I think it was William H. Macy was on the show. They were talking about this new winery and stuff that they have. It's really interesting. They're talking about tequila, how Grey Goose was Absolute was a great one, and then Grey Goose, I guess, came along, and so many different tequilas now. But after like 8 of them, they all taste the same, right? Let's see. So I'll bring up this comment because you don't know what I'm talking about unless I do. So Scott, ever tried Grey Goose and Corona mixture? Huh? Oh no. Sounds nice to me. All right. Here's a little trick too right here. If you're playing C minor, right here, in this position, this second position pentatonic, when it buzzes like that, you could play like an E major arpeggio. Sounds pretty cool over there. Listen to how it sounds. So just a little afterthought right there. I'm playing that over the C chord, which is cool. So if you know anything about the diatonic chords, you know that C minor is a 6th chord. It's relative minor. Relative major is E. So you play E major 7. You could do it. It's all just a harmony of each other. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, try that, Ozman. Over the C minor, play the E flat arpeggio, E flat 7 arpeggio. I'll show you what it looks like right there. It's a pretty famous technique that a lot of people kind of use that. So here's what it looks like. If you were to play the C minor 7 arpeggio, it would look like this. Now to keep the same formula, if you go up to E flat, which is the relative major, you know that it's a major chord and it's a major 7. So you're doing the same shape. You're going root, 3rd. So right here in C minor, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. 3rd, and back down. So up on the E flat, you have root, 3rd, 5, 7. Root, 3rd, 5, 7. So you have that cool sound. But over C minor. So you need some different harmony notes. So you're giving like a major 7 sound over a minor chord, which is pretty interesting sounding. Like this sound right here over a C note. So really you're playing a 9th and a minor note. dig it. All right. So where were we here? Just having a good time. We're talking about drinking and playing. Two things that go very well together, but not too much. You gotta know when to say when, right? See, it's so easy for me to just jump on this pentatonic 1 position. But really, we want to be in the second, excuse me, position. And to make sure that we're on the same, we're delivering the promise of this video. It's about the CAGED system positions. It's the D shape of the C, D minor shape. Why is it D minor? Well, here's the D minor chord. We already explained that. If we bring that all the way up here, it's D minor. We're going to play in C, so it's the same shape all over the place. We play this arpeggio here. Oh, this whole progression, we can play arpeggios. Check it out. So we're rocking. We're having a good time. Hopefully I'm being clear and I'm delivering on my promise here to rock with you. Give you the right information here. Any questions about any of this, please let me know. We're having a good time. We're rocking out here on a Sunday. I go live every Sunday right here at 12 o'clock, except for when I don't. And we're having a good time, I hope. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, hit that like button. Subscribe, all that groovy stuff. And so this one chord, I got this D minor shape. Then when it goes to the 4 chord, the F, check it out. I got this next shape right here. This is it's really the E shape, or E minor shape. And so what's cool about learning these shapes is that there's different licks that you could play over all these shapes. And when you move them around the neck, the great news is you don't have to relearn any of the patterns or the shapes because they're all the same. You're just moving them. So we're playing, F minor pentatonic. You learn all these licks here. You want to play an A flat Same thing right here. Drop down to E flat. So it's the same licks that you're doing everywhere. So if you're on this second position riff right there, we're playing in C. Like licks like that, I don't really play licks like that unless I'm playing in this position. So if you got like C minor and you're playing here, if you like doing those licks, next time you're in E minor, well, it's right here. So they're really transferable. You can move them anywhere, which is the beauty of this CAGED system, and taking it to the minor level, to the minors, dropping it down to the minors. So they're really just they're basically like skeleton shapes, and you could form them any way you like, because really when they say it's an E of the CAGED, C, A, G, E, D, C chord, A chord, G chord, E chord, D chord. Well, the E chord, here's an E chord. That's just the shell of an E chord. You can make it minor, which is what we're doing. So over that 4 chords, F minor, bring it to F. So it's an E shape or E minor shape, but it's an F chord. The shape is just, it's irrelevant, the name of it. It's just irrelevant. It's just a shape. So I'm visualizing now. But I'm really just playing the pentatonic scale over that 4 chord F. Then when it goes to G, I'm playing another shape. I'm playing this G shape. Just so happens to be, because it's a G chord, but it's G minor, I'm playing a G. Well, here's a G right here. I'm going to make it minor. That's going to be up here. How about that for intonation? A little bit out. Right there. So the arpeggio would be something like this. Well, actually going back a step to the F, it's good to play that the pentatonic scale and the arpeggio over each chord. So you have F, you can play it just like you did the C. Right here. We'll play it in F. It's the same exact thing, only over an F. You can play it this way too. Or like this. Pretty cool. Just invent licks and riffs throughout all this stuff. Over the G, the arpeggio. There it is. Root, minor third, fifth, seventh, root, minor third, fifth, seventh. Look how close it is to that pentatonic scale. Now back to the F chord, the 4 chord. C, F, C. That's not right, was it? Like this. That's right there. C minor. C minor. All right. Scott Alton. I look at it like the studs to hold up the drywall. Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it. The studs that hold up the drywall, the framework. The only problem with that is that those studs are going to move, you know? Those studs, like when they're studs holding up the drywall, they're permanently in there. There may be some things that could stay, but, you know, things are always changing in the CAGED system too. You know, like in this case, like this E chord, if that was a stud right there, you would have to actually move part of it to drop that down. So now you have a stud, but you have a little bend in it right there. It's got to be flexible. Unless you're calling me a stud. I don't know. Either way. But unless I'm misunderstanding how you're using the that framework right there. So, or studs, but yeah, as long as they're flexible. But the beauty of it is, this CAGED system, there's a lot of stability in it, in that it's always there. It's always, you know, a C, it's always an A, it's always a G, it's always an E, it's always a D. But you could change every one of them to fit whatever chord you're playing. I'm just making it minor. So instead of C here, I'm just playing C minor. Over the A here, I'm playing minor. Instead of the G, I'm playing minor. Instead of the E, I'm playing E minor. Instead of the D, I'm playing D minor. Back to C minor again. It's got different rooms, doorways, windows, and outlets. There you go. That's more like it. That is music. That is music. All right. So, I mean, you know, the beauty of this whole thing is you could just stay in C minor the whole time. Right about here. So this position, the second position, pentatonic, right here. It's nothing more than an E major pentatonic scale. But it wants to resolve right to that C. But you're starting on the third. I always love to, I think it's so important to refer to the notes in these scales as what the interval is of the note. Say it's a minor third. So here's the minor chord. This E flat is the minor third. Hear it? There it is right there too, all the minor notes. So it's cool. So that's why when you have that minor chord and you hit that E flat major seventh arpeggio, check out the relationships that you have over this chord. You have the third now, you have the fifth, you have a major six. You have the ninth right here of that. And you have the third again, right third. And you have the fifth right there. The seventh, and the ninth again. So, really, really cool stuff here. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. We're rocking. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. And then I'd like to open it up to... Oh, I just played major. Keep it at minor. It goes to that 4 chord. You got some easy positioning right here to play that F first position. There's arpeggios right there. And then G arpeggio. Or this one. Except that last chord on the turnaround, it's a major chord, or augmented. So now I'm just taking the G just playing the major note. That's all there is to it. Just for that one brief instance. Check it out. Major. Oh, it just ended on a major note. So bad. Going a little off the rails here. We're rocking, we're playing the blues. It's Sunday. What else are we going to do on a Sunday? Playing the CAGED system. We're rocking. We could talk about, for 1 second here, about what? I have a guitar course, right? You know about that, right? My guitar course called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. Well, you'll learn everything you need to know about guitar in this course right here. You will be the most amazing guitar player ever after just 1 hour of this course. Just kidding. But it is pretty cool. And there's a link at the top of the description, or actually somewhere in the description, about the course. And has 3 important topics. Fretboard memorization, where you learn where all the notes are very easily. Go through the circle of fifths, where within that circle lies all the progressions, all of music, and the blues, because that's where all your soul and feel comes from, the blues. So check out that course. I would appreciate it. Very cool. And let's see, you guys doing all right out there? We got a little bit more time. Any questions about any of this stuff? Let me know, please. And any ideas for any future lessons, please let me know. Let me know right now, or in the comment section later if you're watching this later. And so let's keep going here. What else do we got here? We got, okay, things to remember here, you know. Well, actually, I have a video that I made on the pentatonic positions. So if you don't know those too well, there's 5 pentatonic positions. I made a video. I'll put it in the description so you can check that out. So, you know, basically you could play the pentatonic scale everywhere and not just be stuck on this one box right there. And if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. Helps with those rhythms, getting those rhythms up, as they say on my Steeler show that I watch, Steel Curtain Network. So, let's see. We're playing C minor, but in this position right here. Now, what's the point of all this? Well, I mean, you know, it just gives you a framework of where and what you could play. But really what the most important thing is that you just sound good playing every note that you're playing. What I mean by that is vibrato. Taking that note, I'm giving it all I got. Hitting that C. I'm just trying to find the right vibrato for the note. The right tempo. Sounds great. I mean, my bends. Trying to bend right in tune. That was a bad note in there. That wasn't in the minor scale. It's a C minor scale. So I'm trying to just play with the right feel and touch and vibrato, because all that stuff's really important. When you're writing a solo, if you want to play and jam, nobody cares about where on the neck you're playing or what part of the CAGED system you're playing. It's all about using your ear, and whatever sounds good is good. You've heard that expression a million times, right? If it sounds good, it is good. If it sounds bad, it is bad. It's as simple as that. And we're just playing guitar, after all. It's not rocket science, is it? Or is it rocket science? I mean, it could be. There's a lot going on here within these. You like this guitar? It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm really having a good time playing this. You know, I don't really play it as much. I mean, I have a selection here of guitars that I just kind of randomly grab when I'm sitting around. I just choose whatever one. I like to have them all out, because if I don't, out of sight, out of mind, right? And I do have another 5 of them that aren't out. Like eat my words. I have a couple of them, others that are buried away, like my Hamer that I should be playing more, and what else? My Taylor, which I have a gig Tuesday night, acoustic gig. So what's going on over here? You guys having a good time? Let's see. Paul, how much reverb are you using, if any? I do have some reverb here. So if it's just my clean sound right here, I've got just reverb on the on my interface, which is the going through to get all this good stuff into the computer. You have an interface, and what I use is the Apollo Twin. And it's a universal audio interface. Helps me connect my guitar and all that stuff into the computer. So this Apollo actually has a little console here. You can't really see it right here. It's on a different computer, actually, that's running it. And I can turn on and off the reverb. Check it out. I just bypassed it. So it's totally clean now. Bone dry. I like to put a little bit of a reverb on there. Kick that back in. So it's part of the Universal Audio plugins that comes with the Apollo. Definitely better with the reverb. Then I kick on some delay, which is a pedal that I have. It's just the it's a Boss digital delay DD7. Hear it? I usually like to give one echo, one repeats at almost the same volume, a little bit lower, and I like to have the rest tailor off. Like about maybe another 2 or 3 repeats, so I have the... So really, it's probably a little bit more of that, but when you're playing with the music, you don't hear it as much. And then I tap in the tempo of the song. So if you're hearing this, I'm tapping. I have another pedal, extension pedal. So I'm tap, tap, tap. So that my delay. Sorry. So that my delay is in time. So it trails off, playing quarter notes basically. 1, tap. If I double tapped, it'd be like that. Because of the shuffle feel, it's a little bit weird. It'd be like, hear that? I like quarter notes. Then you could really sing with it. Really crank the effect of it. Check it out. So definitely better with the reverb, and I like a little delay on there. Back it up, but not too much. Don't want too much of that delay. Just want to sweeten it up and, wetten it up a little bit. So hopefully you had a good time here today. So just a little housekeeping tips. I think next Sunday, I think I won't be able to do it next Sunday. So I'm going to push it to Monday next week, the 20th. No, what am I talking about? Today's the 12th. So Monday is, crazy. I have to keep you posted on that. I apologize for that. I hate changing it around Sundays. I might have to do it on like Monday or Tuesday, but I'll let you know in the community tab. I'll post a message there so you could see it and check back. I think it might be Monday or Tuesday. I hate doing that. So anyway, do any of my neighbors complain? Yes, they do complain when I play. If it's too loud, and I've played acoustic, and I get like complaints about it. It's like annoying. Singing, and they don't realize that this is a musical household here. It's all about the music. And without that, what do we have here? And so you got to deal with it. I live in an apartment building. So you have to be courteous with people. You have to get along with them, and just the way it is so that they don't really flip out. It could be way worse. If you don't get along, it could be way worse. That's the thing. I realize. If you don't disagree, you disagree, but you have to come up with some kind of compromise. And so I try to pick my spots when I need to be loud. Like I'm working on a new song recording. So when I have to crank it in the mix, I choose my spots wisely, and or as far as playing goes. So all right, so hopefully you got something out of this today. We can go on and on and on and on and on, but I think we'll wrap it up right about here. I think I went over this subject probably 5 times just now. All right, I think I forgot. I don't know. I will try to remember. And so thank you guys for hanging out. Really, really, really cool of you. Thank you, Ozman and Paul and Scott and whoever popped in here briefly here with me today. And all you guys watching out there in internet land, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a beautiful day out. It's sunny and 20. No, not quite yet, but it's cold. It's getting cold out there. It's like how cold is it? It's 61 right now. Wow, it was 39 earlier. It's 61. That's not bad at all. 61 and sunny. Jeffrey Boyle, give you a round of applause. All right. Yeah, if you want this backing track that I created, just email me, info@JerryCherry. I know you probably have it. I use it a lot for this. Maybe I'll make another one in a different key. But this jam track in A. No, it's in C. C minor. And so you want that, just email me, info@JerryCherry. Take these licks, take these ideas, the 3 chord shapes. You got the D minor shape, you got the E minor shape over the F, D minor shape over the C, E minor shape over the F, then you got the G minor shape over the G chord, and then the pentatonic scales that go along with it. It's really, really useful. I don't sit around and do that all day, but it sticks with you. The more you just do that, it'll stick with you. And I'm not saying sit here and practice it for 12 hours a day, but I'm just saying the more you do it in all different positions, it just starts sticking with you, and you start seeing the same patterns and shapes everywhere over the neck. It repeats itself. So there you have it. All right, 53 and sunny here. I just like saying sunny and 20, even though it's cold. I like to say it. Sunny and 20. 53 and sunny over there. That is so cool. Where is over there again? Scott Olson, I keep forgetting. Where do you live exactly? Give us your address here and your phone number and your social security number. No, just kidding. So, all right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Watch some football if you like that. Play some guitar. Enjoy it. And if you want to see another video of something very, very similar to this, 5 steps to become a better blues guitar player, I put it right up there. So be cool, be kind, be cherry. I love yous. Happy Sunday. I'll see you next week. Chicago, 30 miles. That's awesome. Windy City. Gets cold there too. All right. Ciao, y'all. See you next time. Love yous. Peace.